We're on top of the world. We're on top of the world now, darling, so don't let go. Can I call you mine? So can I call you mine now, darling, for a whole lifetime? My heart finally trusts my mind, and I know somehow it's right. And oh, we got time, yeah. So darling, just say you'll stay right by my side. And oh, we got love, yeah. So darling, just swear you'll stand right by my side. We're on top of the world. We're on top of the world now, darling, so don't let go. I got something to say. You're perfect in every way. I'm gonna shout it out. I wanna tell you now, 'cause I know somehow it's right.
Welcome to St. Stephen's College, University of Delhi. Sudhir Bose Marg, North Camp. Well, who doesn't know St. Stephen's College? Indeed, a college like none other, with history abounding, legacy more than a century old. This college has molded men and women of great consequence. Intellectuals and geniuses have treaded these steps. The popular and the famous have walked these corridors. But most importantly, it is the audacious and the resolute who have, and will continue to roam these plains. Of course, not all of them began how they finished, but all of them did begin the same. They all began as students, as young people ready to learn, open to learn. Our cafe is not a canteen. Indeed, we are not an army cantonment, nor are we your regular public canteen. Things tend to be different here. Eco-conscience is an atom of our college compound. You won't see us using plastic as others do. It's either degradable matter or porcelain. Yes, the classy old school stuff. You see those chairs and table? Those are made of cane and wood. Our detestation for plastics are quite awesome, I tell you. Our staffs labor relentlessly to eliminate any trace of that accursed substance. There's a man showing the bottle its rightful place. Attaboy. Oh, by the way, that's our Dhiru Dhatta boy, the star of our play. College fee is no joke in Stephens. It's a hefty bill if compared to other colleges. But hey, you get what you paid for, eh? The money is put to proper use, to say the least.
Why this garden fee?
Why this garden fee indeed? Retrospect, young man. You recollect seeing anything in particular? That's an acute observation. A laborer is worthy of his wages, thus the word goes. Thus are your fees utilized. Does that satisfy your query? The mess. St. Stephen's Mess is the dining hall of the resident Stephanians. Much like the cafe, the disdain for plastic pervades this house. Hardly would you find the substance in use. Aluminum reigns supreme in this part of the world. The day scholars dispel their imminent emptiness in the cafe. It is home to a decent variety of fulfillment, though at a dear cost. However, there are some restrictions as to what can be consumed. If we are at all intolerant, it is with regards to nicotine. Smoking is not a very good idea in campus within half a kilometer. But the youths, oh the youths, so susceptible to wicked influences. Were they as curious towards life as they are towards influences, we'd have philosophers and what not. But let me reiterate, we do not tolerate smoking. You might as well suffocate us in your pretentious absurdities. The youths, blah.
Can you keep it? Swear this one you'll save. Better lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said. 'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead. Why do you smile?
Our typical person, following the law like a good old citizen, huh? Well, he's not on nature's call if that's what you're wondering. You gotta do it, huh? Well, at least he's not killing us. The college prohibits smoking inside campus. Smoking is injurious to health. Woo! All fresh. Our boy seems delighted. What is he up to?
Love is a burning thing,
Message.
and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire.
Ooh, flowers.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
Who doesn't love flowers?
Down, down, and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire.
We do not tolerate such vile deeds.
As I began this path, observing the intricacies of nature, I was able to, in that glorious moment, introspect my actions. The act of defiance that I had engaged in pained me and sorrowed my soul. It was not just the plucking of a helpless flower, but was also me tearing my own conscience down. I had realized my mistake, and it was finally time to amend them. I had destroyed the legacy of Stephania. How can one even forget the initiatives that they took together? In unison, knowing innately that what they did they had done and will continue to do so. They had worked hard. They had broomed so that I could breathe cleaner air in those wonderful days of change. They had installed dustbins to segregate dry waste and wet waste. They had made people aware of the fact that environment need to be saved. Even I had partaken in the same, not knowing the grave sins that I would do, which shall follow. And so I decided that I must be the beacon of change, as Gandhi once said. My journey had begun. I spoke to the Malis about planting and sowing and weeding. These men who dedicated themselves to such noble cause. They showed me their sacred secrets. And that is then, after a long time, I came to finally realize the beauty of touching the soil and sowing the seed. It had finally begun. My change, my journey.
Being a Stephanian is not mere token identity. The spirit of Stephania is an ethos we choose to inculcate. Green is not a color, it is a lifestyle, an attitude we harbor and edify. We are grateful for the resources we use, and we conserve them when we don't. We understand how delicate our world is.
It's the superstorms bringing nations to their knees. The searing sun turning the earth into a tinderbox, leaving the ground cracked by drought, and the crashing waves of rising seas. But it seems this extreme weather isn't random. A UN report says this is climate change, and things are only going to get worse.
We as an institution have taken it upon ourselves to do our bit for the ecology. Our thumbs are a definite green. Green has become a part and parcel of our lives. We have made green our own. We have become green. We wear green. We are green. We recognize the immense potential we have to make effective use of resources, never letting an opportunity slip by.
Being in Stephens has changed me. It was a journey from ignorance to awareness. The lessons I've learned here, I've implemented in the world outside. We are developing a new generation of eco-conscious people who limit the use of plastic in their everyday lives. People who find the need to invest for the upkeep of the planet. People with green thumbs and green attitudes who lead green lives.
The moment when, after many years of hard work and a long voyage, you stand in the center of your room, house, half-acre, square mile, island, country, knowing at last how you got there, and say, I own this. It's the same moment when the trees unloosed their soft arms from around you. The birds take back their language. The cliffs fissure and collapse. The air moves back from you like a wave, and you can't breathe.
No, they whisper. You own nothing. You were a visitor, time after time, climbing the hill, planting the flag, proclaiming. We never belonged to you. You never found us. It was always the other way round.